Hey, hello everybody. My name is Jeff from eBay Addicts, and today I got a very special guest with me today. His name is Brian Tate. Hello, Brian. How are you doing today?
How you doing, man? I appreciate you for having me.
Hey, man, Brian. I'm a big fan of yours, man. Today we got like a literal rock star on the show today, guys. I've been following my
Oh
man
man.
Brian for it's been like 8, 9 months. I've been following your journey, from where you started, with your back history to where you are right now, from being a full time loan signing agent. And my man
Yeah,
Brian is coming to us. Let's see, you live in Los Angeles,
I
and
do. I
you're a
do.
full time loan signing agent.
I
And
am.
right, so so kind of tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, like you said, I'm from Los Angeles, California. I got started in the whole, entrepreneurial world in well, 2006, 2007, right out of high school. And I've pretty much been some form of entrepreneur, ever since then. So, um, long story short, the way I got started in this business is, I got injured at one of the jobs I was working at, and I had switched careers in essence, and I was at a place where, I didn't really feel fulfilled. Scrolling on YouTube one day at work, and I stumbled across, the loan signing system and what a loan signing agent is. Luckily, that wasn't by accident. By the grace of God, I stumbled upon this opportunity, and I dove right in. And maybe about a month or two later, after I started the process, I ended up getting furloughed from my job because of COVID. And I started in this career, and I hit the ball running, hit the ground running. So
All right, awesome, awesome. So, Brian, real quick, could you give us a brief synopsis of what a loan signing agent is? If people are totally unfamiliar with what the job entails and what it is that you do, first of all, title of video is how Brian Tate went from zero to $17,000 a month working as a loan signing agent. So, kind of, yeah, I don't want to steal your thunder. This is your full time gig. So, tell everybody exactly what the definition of a loan signing agent is and kind of what you do day to day.
okay, for sure. There's kind of like a misconception. A lot of people probably understand what a notary public is. A loan signing agent or a notary signing agent is in essence, still the same thing. They primarily just focus on doing real estate transactions, ensuring that the borrower, the person that's signing the documents, executes those documents properly. Make sure there's no dates, initials, stamps missed like that. And they're pretty much the last of the road. They're like the last person that interacts with the person, before a deal closes. So we play a vital role in ensuring that real estate transactions happen smoothly.
Yeah, guys. So if you guys have ever been a part of buying or selling a house, or maybe you've refinanced a house, or maybe like a 30-year note to a 15-year note, or you've heard of people that have refinanced their house to maybe cash out equity out of their house and things like that, in order for the transaction to go through, you have your two sets of real estate agents. You have your mortgage loan officer that finances the deal. You have your real estate agents, and then Brian is kind of like almost like a referee per se. He's a neutral third party, and he kind of comes in, and he's basically almost like a referee, and he's a notary, and he kind of, you check everybody's ID, and then you kind of be like walk people through the whole process of saying, hey, sign and date here, initial here, and you got to go through all the paperwork to make sure all the documents are signed properly, and you're kind of like a third party independent overseer of the whole transaction. Is that a
That's
fair synopsis?
that's a super fair synopsis. As a notary public or a notary signing agent, we're like you said, we're an impartial person that we're just a neutral third party in essence to ensure that everything happens smoothly. So that was a great synopsis, even better than mine.
Right. Okay. And so yeah, I've been doing a lot of research, and like I said, I've been following you now. I've been trying to meet up with you for like 6 months now. So I've been doing my homework on a little bit more about what you do in the business. So kind of explain and elaborate a little bit, because if I was to walk up to somebody at the McDonald's or run into somebody at Burger King and say, hey, you can make $17,000 a month and be your own boss and make up your own work schedule, and without having to get $80,000 or $100,000 of student loan debt, and you could drive your own personal vehicle, set up your own appointments, and be your own boss, they would look at you like, you're a man from Mars. So kind of
Exactly.
elaborate a little bit about what it is that you do. They, first of all, they wouldn't believe you, and second of all, if they did, they would think you're crazy, right?
Yeah, that's again like you hit the nail on the head. You know, because again, most people understand what a notary is. There's certain states that set a minimum or a maximum what a notary can charge for doing what's called general notary work. You know, most people have said like, oh, I can just go to the bank and get documents notarized. But to conduct loan signings, you need to have a specific license, you know, and have us carry a specific type of insurance to be able to facilitate those transactions. And as a loan signing agent, we don't get paid for notarizing those documents. We get paid for, in essence, performing a service. So instead of getting like in my state, I could, if I was doing general notary work, I could charge $15 for what's like doing executing a jurat or an acknowledgement. Those are the two type of notarial acts a notary can facilitate. You know, the most I could get if I was doing like signing a will or something like that would be like $15. But when I'm doing this for real estate transactions, you get to charge a premium price for being able to, you know, execute this service for, you know, the signers. And in my state, that fee is all the way up to $250. So the general person makes between from $75 to about $200. But like I said, in my state, it can be up to $250 for performing that service for clients.
Right. And so, you know, I posted a link to your YouTube channel. One of the videos that you posted was talking about how you made like $1,400 in one day in like 8 or 9 hours. And that's more than most people make working a whole 40-hour week job. So when they hear that, they're just like, oh, you know, this is one of those get rich quick schemes. This is a scam. It's one of those things where you have to sign up or whatever. And you know, he's going to be like one of those YouTube gurus and you have to pay him, you know, 3 payments of $299 and he secrets are revealed type of deal. So kind of tell me, you know, a little bit when you got started, did you have kind of cold feet about this whole business? Because you were kind of new at it. It wasn't like that you've been doing this for 20 years. You just kind of stumbled into it almost like as a happy accident, right?
And to be honest, one of my old coworkers at the job that I didn't like, she used to be an underwriter for mortgages at a bank. So when I was doing my own research and I stumbled across like YouTube and I was doing my own research, I asked her, I said, hey, have you ever heard of a notary signing agent or a loan signing agent? And she said, yeah, they do execute documents for, you know, when somebody's buying or selling or refinancing. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's not a scam. And I said, well, how much do they make? She's like, you know, I'm not sure. I think like $100, $125, maybe $150, something like that. She's like, I don't really remember. But I do know that is a legitimate type thing. And for me, that just perked my interest because, to be 100% honest, initially I thought like I didn't know how soon the business would take off for me. So I just thought it would be a great side hustle to do instead of doing like the typical thing that most people turn to, like Uber Eats and Postmates and all those kind of things, Instacart, or, you know, or getting a second job. I figured that if I could do a signing and get $100 in an hour, I could do 1 or 2 after work and, you know, supplement my income. But little did I know.
And that's what go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was thinking the same thing is that if somebody had a full-time job, let's say they were working a 9-to-5 job, and let's say they just wanted to be a loan signing agent on the side, just maybe on nights and weekends or holidays or something. Let's say they had time to squeeze 2 of them in a day, and each one of them paid, let's say, $150. You could potentially make an extra, you know, $5,000-$6,000 a month just doing it kind of as a side hustle on nights and weekends and stuff, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, one of my friends, he works, he's still in the military. So he doesn't get off the base until 4 o'clock. And he still does 1 or 2 signings every day once he gets off his, you know, 9 to 5. Obviously, he wants to stay in his career because, you know, like it's a government job. So like benefits, and he's thinking about his family. So he doesn't want to leave that. But like I said, after work, he gets off work, he does this to, you know, build his, you know, a nest egg for him and his family. So
yeah, I'm super pumped and excited about it because I'm like, bro, you get to be your own boss. You get to ride in your own vehicle. You know, you didn't have to go to college for 8 years like you were going to go to college to be a doctor or a lawyer. You're not walking out with $80,000 of student loan debt. You kind of be your own boss and get to make up your own work schedule, and you get to kind of call your own shots. But in the same sense, it's not like a regular job where you clock in and you work 40 hours and 40 hours show up on your paycheck. You only really get paid on commission whenever you get for each loan signing that you get completed, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, that gives some people, that may give some people reservations about this because it's not like a guaranteed type thing. But for me, just being a hustler and entrepreneur, that just meant opportunity. So I knew that whatever I put into it, I was going to get out of it. And yeah, so it's funny that you said the comment about, you know, like not having a degree and stuff like that. I just had a video that went viral on TikTok, and one of the, I think, well, it's not funny, but my wife and I were talking yesterday about one of the comments that somebody left on the video, where a guy, I did a video about being a loan signing agent, and the guy said, you know, I went to school for 8 years, I racked up hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people are making the same type of money, and they didn't, you know, like we didn't have to invest, you know, 10 years of school, 8 years of school, and all that debt. You know, you just get a notary commission, take a course, and yeah, and you're on your way. And some states don't even require you to take a test. Like there's about 31 states that you don't even have to take a test. You could just submit an application, like applying for like a debit card or something, and then you're christened a notary, you know. So yeah.
Okay, so a couple things real quick is, what is the startup capital? If I came up to you, Brian, and I met you on the street, and I was like, hey, dude, I saw you on YouTube. This is the real Brian Tate, the rock star. How much capital do I need to get started on so I can start up? And what is kind of like the startup capital that you need? Because you're not investing 75, 80 grand, but there are some things you need. Like you need a printer, you got to have a car, you need to have maybe a laptop with a tablet. Tell us the type of things. What are be 4 or 5 things that you need to get started? For obviously, the first thing you're going to need is a notary commission, correct?
Yes, yeah. You need a notary commission to get started. And like I mentioned before, there's about 31 states where you don't even have to necessarily pay to get that done. I'm in California, probably the strictest state as far as becoming a notary is. So I can kind of give you, I guess, like a worst case scenario. So, you know, finding an organization to take your notary commission, you know, and if you want to become a loan signing agent, you also need to have a background check done. So there's your notary commission, background check, fingerprints. Then after that, you need to get what's called a bond. That bond is basically a license that protects the public for any notarial acts that you do as a notary, just in case, you know, there's an error, there's fraud or anything like that, that protects, you know, like the public. Then you also need to carry insurance to protect yourself. That's called errors and omission insurance. So between those things, those couple things, I think that's like in California, about $500 all in total or less, depending. If you're savvy, you can shop around and you know, figure it out. But I was about to say about $500 initial startup costs.
Yeah,
and then obviously you do need I would say you do need a LaserJet printer, so you can print legal and letter documents. But to be honest, there are a couple ways to get around that if you're resourceful. So I mean, a good printer probably costs you about another $300, and then paper and those kind of things as well. So
yeah.
All in all, basically getting started out the gate, you could probably get started for about $1,000 or less, and be, you know, off to the races. And like I said, that's a worst case scenario, because like I said, I'm in California. So in other states, you know, a couple $100 and that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say those printers I looked up on Amazon was running right around maybe $400 for, it's like a dual tray printer. And so yeah,
I mean,
and so
there are again, if you're on a budget, going to like buying something used, you could possibly buy a used printer if funds are tight. You could also get a printer that only has one tray initially. There's other resources, there's notary websites that have basically page separators, so it will separate the pages for you, so you can only print legal first and then you can print letter second, or vice versa. That way you don't have to, you know, rush out and get the dual tray printer right away. But you do need a LaserJet versus an inkjet printer.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Now, I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Would you recommend signing up for the loan signing system if you're brand new? Let's say you're like me, and my history is driving a forklift for 10 years. So I'm kind of like apprehensive about starting a brand new career field. So I have a link down below. I don't have an affiliate link, but I have a link if you guys
Yeah.
are interested and you wanted to sign up with Mark's program, the loan signing system. He actually has a training program where he can kind of walk you through step by step of kind of what you need to do to get started. Correct?
Yes, no, for sure. That's where I got my foundation. It's from taking the loan signing system. It completely changed my life. So I have nothing but great things to say about Mark and his course. And yeah, I'm probably the biggest cheerleader that he has for his course.
Yeah, I signed up for his course previously, and I had my notary commission when I was in the state of Kentucky, and I moved down here to Florida, and so it doesn't transfer over. So when you move to a new state, you have to go through the whole process, and you had to get sworn in and all this stuff to get a notary commission, guys. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that if you have an extra $1,000 or $1,500 of startup capital, you could get the ball rolling and start getting invested in this program. And once you get the ball up and rolling and get rolling, and once you start closing deals, you're going to have an extra check coming in like every week, every 2 weeks, every month for the rest of your life. That's the way I look at it. It's a stream of income. We don't have time today to really get into the whole thing between, signing services versus going direct. But this video is more of like an introductory thing to kind of get people motivated to get off your butt and to take action. That's kind of the whole thing. So now before we let you go, Brian, tell us, like, what would be your 3 tips or pieces of advice? Because someone's going to watch this video and say, man, I took action. I got my notary commission, but I'm not making no $17,000 a month. I heard what Brian says, but this is not working for me. I don't know if this is, for me, if this is the best career field. What would be like 3 tips or pieces of advice that you would give to a newbie or a beginner just getting started in this field?
If you're just getting started in this field, I did an interview with Mark. You mentioned him earlier. One of I think the best tips that I will give anybody is to make the transition from going from a signing service to building a direct relationship with escrow and title officers. Do that as soon as possible, because there's really only 3 ways to scale any business. You can get more customers, you can increase your profit margins, or you can get those customers to pay you more frequently. And having a direct relationship with escrow and title officers, that basically gives you income boost immediately. You can like almost double your income overnight. Signing services, they take a portion of your fee because they're basically giving you the work. When you have those direct relationships, you don't split the fee with anyone. So it's just math. It's like if you're getting $100 versus getting $200, or if getting 75 versus 150. So by being able to basically command your own, the full fee, your business will, it's just economics. It'll just explode. So that'd be the first tip. Second tip would be to, if you were to try to start those relationships, start a little bit further out from your home and then work backwards. Because you're probably going to make a mistake. We're humans. We're not robots. People make mistakes. So I always tell notaries to start a little bit further from your ideal close client. Start there and then work your way back closer to home. That way, if you do unfortunately make a mistake or feel like you damaged the relationship, that your ideal client is not an hour and a half away. They're close to you so that you can go pick up docs if you have to drop docs off same day. And there's a bunch of title and escrow companies probably like within a 10-20 mile radius from your house. So I wouldn't start with those. I would start a little bit further out and then work your way back. So like when you have that direct relationship, you're just going down the street to turning docs. And one more tip is just take action. There's so many people that watch this type of content, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. They have the feeling or the urge to start something new, but they don't take action. So nothing really changes unless you change. So just take action, no matter if this course or somebody else's course or a different project, whatever it is. If you feel like you have the desire to do something different, you have to step out today and do something different.
Yeah, man. I was watching your YouTube videos, and one of your videos you talked about, guys, is that you only have 24 hours in a day. So as Brian was saying, if you go from making $75 per transaction for doing a loan signing, and now you go direct, and maybe now you're making $150, $200 for the same hour worth of work of doing that same loan signing, you're doubling your effort, because you can't be 2 places at once. You literally only have 24 hours in a day. And so you're basically doubling your effort. You're getting paid basically twice to do the same job that it would take you equivalency to do one time. So you're basically doubling because you can't clone yourself. You can't be two places at once. So that's like a good strategy to kind of help grow your business, right?
Yeah, and especially if you live in an area like that has a lot of traffic, like Los Angeles. Obviously, there's a ton of signings. I think per capita, Los Angeles and Orange County, where I live, have the most real estate transaction per capita anywhere in the world. But traffic is crazy right here. Like, going 5 to 10 miles may take you, sometimes during rush hour, may take you an hour. So if you factor that in, like going from appointment to appointment, you know, if you go direct, you can do less appointments and still make a significant amount of money because, like I say, you're getting double the price. So if you're in an area where there's a lot of traffic, it just makes more financial and economical sense to go direct. Because like there's some days where just being transparent, like where I will only do 1 or 2 appointments because I only need to do 1 or 2 a day. Like if I'm getting 200 or 250, I mean, you don't need to do 5 and 10 to kill yourself, especially if you're going to be in traffic. So obviously people that live in rural areas or that, you know, traffic's not an option and they may do like 7 or 8 appointments in a day. But for me, like I said, Los Angeles is crazy. Especially like the 405. Everybody, even if you don't live in California, people know what the 405 freeway is. Like going towards like the valley at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, you're probably gonna be on the freeway for an hour and a half. So it literally makes no sense to try to do like 8 or 9 appointments in a day. I've done it before, but like I said, you know, you don't have to kill yourself. You can be smart about it and work smarter, not harder.
Right, I'm with you. Yeah, I live in Tampa, not as populated as Los Angeles where you live, but right now there's so many snowbirds in town, and it's like literally every 2 blocks there's a wreck. There's people that sightseeing. There's people out shopping for Christmas presents, and they're literally in no hurry to go nowhere. So it's like you can tell. You look out there, they're out of state tags. Anyways, Brian, hey man, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to jump on here and share some knowledge with our audience. Tell everybody where they can go by and check you out at on YouTube so they can go by and follow you. I have your links listed down below.
My YouTube channel is youtube.com/capital B. So it's Brian Tate TV. And yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Building with Brian, and that's Brian with the Y. On TikTok, Make Money with Brian. Yeah, you can find me. I'm in the streets.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I have all those links listed down below. Now, Brian, could you give me any final thoughts or words of wisdom you can leave our audience with real quick, and we'll let you go. You got me inspired because I watched the video and I was just like, man, this guy, Brian, he's a hustler. You didn't you're not one of those people that was born in a wealthy family. You didn't like have a rich uncle that passed away that left you any money. You just kind of were watching videos and got inspired and got motivated. Hopefully, if we can just help just one person that watched this video get motivated and get inspired, and you can get off your butt, and maybe you don't make $17,000 your first month. Maybe you only make $3,000 to $5,000 a month. But that extra capital can buy groceries, put gas in your gas tank, pay a cell phone bill, help provide for you and your family. And now you have this extra stream of income coming in month after month after month for the rest of your life, right? It's not like, right. So to me, that's the way I look at it. So go ahead and give us your final thoughts, and then we'll let you go, buddy.
The final thoughts is, you have to have some reason why you do anything. I think everyone that lives, you have to have a reason that's bigger than you. One of my first mentors says you need to have a why that will make you cry. And my why personally for me is my family. So I wanted our situation to change. So I knew that it was upon me as the head of the household to, put the team on my back and do whatever was required of me to be able to take care of my family. So I'm not sure what other people's why is, but having something that's bigger than yourself will definitely motivate to get off your butt to make it happen.
My man, Brian, dude, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come hang out with me, and hopefully sometime down the road it's cool, man. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. You guys go ahead and follow our guest, Brian Tate. All the links are going to be listed down below. You guys go follow him on YouTube and Instagram, and go by, tell him that you saw him on eBay Addicts channel, and go by, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and go support him. I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you in the next video. But go support our guest, Brian Tate. This guy, he got me motivated to get off my butt and get my notary commission.
Let's go.
Hey man, big shout out to you, big salute to you, man, because if you can help affect and change other people's lives, that's what we're doing here on YouTube. We're not just, we're not here riding around in Lamborghinis, throwing money around like you're at the club. We're here trying to get people motivated and inspired and help people get, improve their life. So, hey man, big shout out to you. Right. Big shout out to you. Yeah, I have your links listed down below, so they can go by and follow you. So till next time, guys, we'll see you in the next video. You guys have a great day. Bye, guys.
Peace.